Kia ora, I'm Joanne Speechley, and today on KLTV we are speaking with Kaipara District Council Chief Commissioner John Robertson. Hello and welcome. Good news first of all, Council has received a clean bill of health from auditors. What's your reaction to this?
Well, we're really pleased. That's the second year in a row that we've had accounts that come out with a small surplus, which is important, and accounts that have debt decreasing a little bit, which is also important for Kaipara. So, no, it's really pleasing to see that financially we're on track.
And have you any update on the legal issues that Council is facing?
We've got a number of things going on with the courts. There's an appeal that has been lodged by the Mangawhai Ratepayers and Residents Association against the High Court decision, which came out earlier this year. That appeal we expect to take place sometime next year, but there has been no date set by the Court of Appeal because they're really busy at the moment. We've also preparing the case against the Auditor General and the former Chief Executive of the Council, so that's with our lawyers and is in preparation, and neither of those have been filed at this stage. And then thirdly, we are taking proceedings or have issued notices of proceedings against those who are continuing to withhold their rates, and so that will be some district court action that could take place if people don't pay up.
And what is your reaction to the Mangawhai Ratepayers and Residents Associations about turn in their decision to pay rates?
Well, we're really pleased that the association has come out with that advice now. There really seems to us to be no purpose in continuing a protest over this. We do need to look to the future, and while those who were rightly upset with some of the poor management that took place in the past and created a debt situation for the council that was very high, we do need to move past that. You've talked about the finances of the council. We're now running a council that's servicing the debt, and we need to move on.
Quotable Value are bringing out the new rating valuations this month. What impact will this have on property owners?
Quotable Value are about to bring out their valuations based on work they've done over the last 6 months, as I understand it. So that will set the quotable value or the rateable value that councils use to assess their rates on. We'll use that information to set the rates for the year beginning 1st of July 2015. The early indications are that property values generally in Kaipara have increased on average 1.7% over the last 3 years, but the changes of values across the district will be different. So some will go down and some will go up more than those figures.
I understand that Council is preparing a new long-term plan. Can you explain this for us?
Councils are required to prepare 10-year plans. They're plans about what the council will invest in. So roading's our big expenditure item, taking over half of rates. So we are in the process at the moment of preparing what we call asset management plans that will determine the extent to which we maintain the roads, maintain the wastewater systems and the water systems that we have, and the extent to which we will need to invest in new capital in those schemes. So that's part of it, the assets and the maintenance of a long-term plan. Then we have financial plans overall, which obviously need to service those asset management plans and also service things like the debt and pay the overheads of the council. So all that is being forecasted out currently, and it will be used, that information, to update the previous long-term plan that the council made about 3 years ago.
And does the public get a chance to have a say on the long-term plan?
Yes, once we've got a draft plan out, we will put that out to the public early next year and seek submissions on it. So, that plan sets the rate levels going forward as well. So it's really important that the community does have the ability to be consulted on that and state their opinion.
As yet, we have not been given a date for the decision around local government in Northland. When do you think we can expect this?
We don't know anything more than we did 3 or 4 months ago. We are awaiting the Local Government Commission, as it's called, to come back to Northland and tell us what their decision is on whether there is to be reorganisation or a plan put out or not.
And looking even further ahead, what's your view on the future of the Kaipara? And I'm talking both socially and economically.
Economically, I'm quite positive. I think we've got growth in parts of the district. So especially in the Mangawhai area, there is section sales, building consents, and so on. There's strong activity over there. In terms of other economic development, we're close to Auckland, and so as Auckland thrives as it is now, we're getting the spin-off from that. So I certainly meet manufacturers and retailers too throughout the district, who are reflecting positively on the economic conditions. So that's really good. I'm quite positive about the future of the Kaipara in an economic sense. In a social sense, I always think that is, social matters are a reflection of the state of the economy of the district. So if we can get the economy working well, then we will create jobs, and that will assist people to pay for their consumer needs and so on.
And that wraps up our interview for today. Thank you, John, for coming in.
No, thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
And that is it for KLTV. Join us in another month for Council's Corner. I'm Joanne Speechley. Thank you for joining us.